Sup, Diablo people? I wanted to post another video in the ongoing search for Diablo perfection, such as it is. I never really went over my gear in the last video, and it doesn't really matter because probably nobody watched it anyways, but here it is. Standard fire build, Andariel's Visage, Mage Fist, Rar, Stone of Jordan for that mighty elite shit, and 20% fire damage. This thing here is because really I didn't have anything better. Of course, what everything hinges on, Mirror Ball. That's for the magic missile. Attack speed increase with some cane stuff. That's from the build that I ripped off of the forums. Kudos to that guy for giving me this idea because I think it's a great one. A Fulminator because I don't have anything better. And that's the gist of it, you know. Have a pretty hefty amulet with a big crit and hit and whatever. It's got cooldown, which is fine by me. I don't care. I like that for my teleport. Looking at the build itself, of course, everything centers on Conflagrate Magic Missile. And Conflagration down here. Critty goodness. Let the fuckery begin. Force. Okay, so Meteor, right? Before I was using what I was told to use by the build, which was a Black Hole spec'd out to... I believe I had it on Spell Steel, so I could build up an Arcane on Elemental Exposure. But all that's gone now. Let's simplify. Spark Flint. More damage. Pinpoint. More crit. Deflection. A little bit of defense. Wormhole. Defense. Conflagate, Simple. Glass Cannon, and Blur. It's just because I'm lazy. And Arcane Dynamo is where I think... I just think it's overlooked, and maybe I'm wrong, but here's my theory behind all this. Build up 5 flashes of insight. It's a signature spell build. Why the heck not? And then have something that you can continue to spam. The Meteor. You know, a Meteor Shower doesn't have a cooldown. It's not very accurate. I mean, it doesn't hit like Molten Impact, but it doesn't have a cooldown either. And to me, using the Black Hole build with the cooldown before seemed a little bit of a waste, simply because you weren't burning through arcane power. Like, what's the point? To me, that's a big that was a big failing in the setup. I find that with this setup, it's just a little bit on the weak side in terms of, you know, getting bitch slapped. I'll show you what this means on Torment 5. For those of you that are interested. Keep your eye on the flashes of insight and bring down meteors. Even when they're dead, just bring the meteors down anyways because it looks way cool.
You dare attack me? I need arcane power.
See, using up arcane power. Using it up. Not letting it sit there. The Black Hole build, it just sat there. To me, that just seemed like a waste. Am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I am. No building up elemental exposures or anything like that. No using, no standing the ability where you stand around and get extra 10% extra damage and 20% extra armor. That's crippling to me. It just, to me, it makes you stuck. You have to stick there, and you know, like if you go to, it's Unwavering Will. It's called. Fine, Unwavering Will kicks butt. But I'll be damned if I'm going to stick around and get hit. Why? Why bother? I don't know.
With all my might.
Your grave awaits.
Seems reasonable. My favorite buff right here. For this build, that's the best shrine buff you can get. Wow. Well, okay. I mean, I don't know. Tier 5, that seems like a reasonable elite fight. People, I'm sure people out there would say, like, that you suck. I just haven't looked at enough Diablo video to really truly appreciate how much I suck. I'm sure that I do. It's just an idea for somebody who's, you know, a relative beginner. and is looking for some way to get into Tier 5, or Torment 5, I should say. I just think this is a really easy way. All the gear that I'm wearing, it's incredibly basic. I think that's the beauty of it. You just put on crap gear and you go magic miss the signature spell. It's incredibly dinky. It just seems to work, and it's simplified. No building up stacks of black hole, stuff. No messing around like that. These guys are gonna hand me my hat, aren't they?
We only need more time.
I don't know. Anyways, it's comfortable. I don't mind the efficiency maybe isn't 100%. I've always sort of played Diablo less, in a less calculated way, and more it's like what's what's interesting. This seems a little bit interesting. I know there are some guys out there that will just hand me my hat. There's no question about it. Yeah, look at these guys there. See, maybe more defensive. I don't know. But in a nutshell, I think it's a pretty quick option, especially if you've been a little bit unlucky with your gear. I think that I have been a little bit unlucky. I've gamed along friends who have really geared up, and made some like pretty ridiculous sets of gear. I haven't made a Talrasha full set yet. I haven't made any of the other major wizard-oriented sets. For a long time I was using Light of Grace, an Array of Frost build, cold, which was a lot of fun, and it's great to see those big crits pop up when you've got your black ice on and popping all everywhere. It's great to see that. It's a lot of fun, but I found that at Torment 5, it just wasn't cutting it. Like it was agonizing, actually. And sometimes even on Torment 4, it was agonizing. Torment 3 was where I was for a long time on that build, and everything was around Light of Grace, based on that. And I stuck with it because, to tell you the truth, I liked the way everything looked and just played. It was a lot of fun, but I realized that despite the fact that it was challenging, I did want to start venturing into the higher levels of Torment. So yeah, in a nutshell, this does the job pretty quick, and it allows you to burn through your arcane power, whereas if you use a black hole, you're on a cooldown. You don't use that arcane power as efficiently, I think. In a signature spell build, I think that's pretty important. You're leaving yourself mana to teleport, of course, but otherwise you should be spending it on something, and it might as well be Meteor, or who knows. I'm going to play with the Meteor specs and see what it is, because if anything, Meteor looks cool. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.